Okay. Here's how I raised my price from $600 to $3,000. How I increased my price while closing more. So my close rate has actually gone up even with this price increase. So the thing costs more money and I'm closing more deals as a percentage of the amount of booked calls that I get. So I'm going to give you the fundamentals of just the fundamentals of how I've done this. And then I'm going to walk you through kind of the timeline of the exact changes I actually made so you can kind of replicate these changes into your own business. So the fundamentals are this: the value equation, right? Value equals dream outcome times probability of success divided by time delay, effort, and sacrifice. Now, in my marketing business, which is what this is, I run a marketing business, the most important variables are going to be dream outcome, and even more importantly, is going to be probability of success. If you're a marketing person, you go up to a business owner and you say, hey, listen, I can market for you. There are two things he wants to know. How many customers can you get me? And is this actually going to work? If you can answer those two questions as a marketing business, then you have captured the most important factors of the value equation. And time, delay, effort, and sacrifice for a done-for-you service, all three of these things are going to be pretty low. My thing is kind of done with you. It doesn't take much time, but so this stuff is not really relevant for most agencies. It's not that relevant for most agencies. It's really about dream outcome times probability of success, especially probability of success. And so what you're going to see as I walk you through this timeline of the different changes that I made is that the main thing that I did was I increased the person's feeling that this is actually going to work. I made them feel more confident in my skills and my service and my product. So basically everything you're going to see are the different ways that I increased they feel like how likely it is it's going to happen. That's a good sentence, but let's start here. So starting point was $600. So in the beginning, I took on clients from many industries. I didn't specialize. I had no case studies or proof of concepts. I was just starting out. I had terrible sales skills. So, flowing from the no proof of concept means that I lacked conviction, right? Now, I thought I was a pretty confident guy. I was always a confident guy in the sales calls, even in the beginning. And I'm good at speaking, except for right now, apparently. But I think I lacked conviction. I just had terrible sales skills. My sales process was bad. I was really nervous hopping onto the calls. I got really bad. What do you call it? When your mouth feels really dry. I was just really, I was nervous and I felt like I always needed to drink water. The sales process was bad as well. So the setting of appointments, the way I'd take them through the conversation or what the conversation was, right? My pitch deck was really bad. I just monologued for 10 minutes. I had terrible marketing, so my ads were shit. I had a shit Facebook forum, zero lead nurture, terrible everything. And eventually I just got a lucky client who paid up front. So let me actually show you this stuff. So first of all, this is a screenshot of my pitch deck. So this was a slide that I actually showed to customers about, this is the final slide, the pricing, here's what and I've been looking at this image for a while now. It's obviously here on this board, and I still can't work out exactly what the different options are here. It's so complicated. We've got these two numbers here. It says ad spend not included, but all of this stuff is just incomprehensible. I don't even know what this is. There's so many words on the slide. Imagine someone trying to understand this and make a decision. It's just terrible. What else do I have? Yep. So here are a few ads that I made. So as I said, I had really shit marketing, shit ads. Here are some of them. So this looks so generic. Grow your business on social media. Social media marketing is the cheapest marketing strategy possible. Well, genius. Would this ad suit your landscaping business? You looked, so would your ideal customer. Bravo, Todd. Bravo. That is a genius ad. Look at that. Click this ad, see if you qualify. This ad here was actually one of my most successful ads back in those days. It was just, do you want to sell your services on social media? Are you in this business or this one or this one or anything else? We want to hear from you. Are you in any business? Click apply. So as you can see, no specializations at all. And this is what my pitch deck, my sales script looked like. I dug out kind of an old screen. As you can see, it's just slide 2, monologue. Slide 3, another paragraph. Slide 4, more shit. It's just a very bad sales thing. And this is actually the slide that I actually used to sign that lucky client. So eventually I got lucky with a client who paid 2 months up front, or maybe he paid for 2 months. I think the first month was upfront and then he paid for the second month after. But this was the slide that actually closed my first, like kind of big-ish client. And yeah, which is an improvement. It's better than this one, but it's still pretty complicated. It's not bad, but things have moved on since then. So let me take you through to step 2. So specialization. I got really good results for this first client. I had my first case study. I started to specialize in that industry, and I started just kind of repeating what I did for that first client for other clients. I started to sign more clients, started running a real marketing funnel, and I started following a question-based framework. So this was my first piece of confidence, right? I got really good results. I had a case study that I could take other prospects through, and I was able to do that on the call. And I was able to show that result in my marketing. And my conviction was a lot higher that my thing's actually working and I'm not just scamming people. So this was, I think, one of my earliest like funnel landing pages that I built. It's not bad. The VSL I think was pretty bad, but it's a normal thing. We got a headline, we've got a video, and then we've got a button. Okay, fine. And then my sales script evolved as well. So I've had to block out a few things, but you get the gist. It's a question-based framework, right? Instead of having paragraphs of just monologuing, now it's about asking questions and drawing out pain, right? So that is a really, really big upgrade. And I think this also has the effect of giving me authority, and especially the question-based framework as well. Understanding someone's problems is a really good way of giving them confidence that you can then solve their problems. I think I'm going to do probably a full sales video, but that's not for this video. The next thing I did, by the way, at this price, I got up to 1,600, right? Just in those early days, because I decided to specialize, I got up to $1,600 for this service, which is a pretty big jump actually. So going from, $849 or $349 up to 1,600, it's not bad. And I started making some money. So then we went on to here. In this kind of part of my life, in my business, I just increased the price. I was consistently closing deals, so I just kept increasing the price 15 or 20%. So every 2 or 3 clients I would sign, I just took the price up. I had multiple clients and case studies. My system was genuinely good, so this price still made it a no-brainer. It's still at this price. It's still like undervalued for the value that it's providing. And my confidence and conviction in my system just increased the point where prospects don't even ask for case studies. That's actually what you got to understand. If you're in this beginning point, what you got to understand is that if you speak super confidently, you just have full conviction, exactly the way that I'm speaking now, people don't even ask you for case studies. They don't even ask for referrals if you are confident. And if somebody does say, hey, have you done this before? Then, that tells you that you're not speaking with conviction and they don't really trust you. They don't believe in you. But when I was actually signing clients, I had really good deals. I had clients and case studies. My confidence and conviction of my system just soared. And so the prospects really felt like their probability of success was high, because I could say, hey, listen, here are the last 5 clients that I've worked with. Let me walk you through all 5 of those results. And that, when you can show that and all 5 of those results are good, and you can tell them, once you've got multiple clients, you can start talking about like what the average result is. Instead of cherry picking like your best case studies, start telling people what the average result is. That, when people don't feel like you're just cherry picking your best stuff, but you're just talking about what your average result is, that makes them so much more confident that they are going to at least get that. You know what I mean? If you can still show the good case studies, but you can also just say, hey, listen, the average client gets this, right? And if that average result is still 5 times higher than your price, then that means it's almost certainly a good deal. I think, the chance of them losing money is basically 0, which massively increases their confidence in the system. So what happened next? Oh yeah. So I started improving the product a little bit, and also I just kept raising the price. This is where we're at now. My product is now really good. My onboarding process is really good. I got another video about that. And I've just kept raising the price. Like, my results were good enough to justify it. I improved my product by solving more problems for clients. Now I have lots of clients, case studies, proof of results. I've also added a money back guarantee, which also increases the probability that they feel like they're going to at least not lose money because it's a money back guarantee. I also simplified my pitch deck to just follow the equation. So at kind of this point, my pitch deck was like, okay, you are suffering from like these problems, and then I had this like downward spiral and a sad face, and then the next slide was like, okay, what I can do for you is I can help you solve this problem and solve that problem and solve this problem so that you can have consistent income and no stress. Okay, so here's the first thing we're going to do for you. Here's the second thing I can do. Here's the third thing. Here's the three things together in one slide. And then, you know, I had the price, and then I had the then I had the guarantee, you know, and this was how my pitch deck was kind of framed, right? Like problems, solutions, solution thing, like we're going to do this for you, then we're going to do this for you, then we're going to do this for you, and then here are the three things together, price guarantee, etc. So that was what my pitch deck was kind of at this stage. Now, just recently I've updated it to just be the value equation, right? My pitch deck is now so simple. It's so much shorter. It wasn't originally that long, but now my pitch deck is basically just, listen, you've got these problems. I can solve those problems. Here's what I can do for you, right? X amount of results within Y time frame. Here are my other clients. Here are the average results. Here are a few case studies. Here's what I need from you to get started. Here's how long it takes. You can expect results within 24 hours. Do you want to do it? And I have a recap slide which has everything on one slide. The price is this. You will get X within Y or money back guarantee. It takes 20 minutes and you'll get results within 24 hours. Do you want to do it? The revenue for you will be X. It's 5 times bigger than the price. And if it doesn't work, money back guarantee. Do you want to do it? And I think that's working really well so far. So I simplified the pitch deck to just follow the value equation. I haven't had enough. Let me correct something that I just said. I haven't had enough people try the new pitch deck to actually be able to confirm whether it's more effective or less effective. But just like going off vibes, it definitely feels more effective. I'm getting far fewer questions, right? Like I used to, go into the features and really go into the nitty gritty of kind of how it works, which is just such a waste of time, right? They don't care. They don't care how it works. They just care that it works and that it's going to work for them and that it's not going to require time, effort, and sacrifice. And if you can tick those boxes like they're in, they don't really care how you get it. So I just stopped talking about the features. And I improved my sales skills as well. So now my my sales process is all questions. It's a lot of questions and there's very little memorization. My pitch is a lot shorter now that I'm just following the value equation. I'm not going into the details of how my solution actually works. It doesn't matter. They don't care. I'm just spending 15, 20 minutes digging into their pain, identifying problems, talking about the past, talking about what's going to happen if they don't change, talking about the future, talking about how they see things going, talking about what they are, going into their pain and digging into that and identifying problems. And then I have a simple pitch deck. Verbally, I try to connect the problems that they're experiencing with what I can do, which can solve those problems. And I just make the value really, really clear. I just show them, listen, you put in this, you'll make this. That's the average result. It takes this long. This is what I need from you. Do you want to get started? And it just makes it such a no-brainer. I haven't had anybody actually say no. It's always just been, so far I think I've taken 2 sales calls with a new pitch deck, 2 or 3. And one guy is like right about to buy or he's on the fence. And the other 2 guys are just like, yep, I really like it. Just let me talk to my wife. So I need to work on my sales, obviously. I'm not handling the objection. But so far it's working. I think it's working really well. I'm getting far less questions, far less confusion about my service. Because usually I would have to spend a lot more time explaining it. And when you explain it, it just leads to more explaining. That's kind of the problem with talking about what you do, is that talking about what you do results in you having to talk more about what you do. When I would tell people about this thing and then this thing and this thing, they would ask questions about all of these things, and then we'd have to talk more, and then they would ask more questions, talk more, and it would make the call take a lot longer. It would make the pitch a lot more confusing, because then now we have to go back to here, and it's like, wait, what are we talking about again? And that's a big problem. Confused people don't buy. Confused people need to think about it. Now that my pitch deck's a lot simpler, I think that's going to work a lot better. As you can see, my landing page funnel design has improved. It's a lot nicer. I've got my VSL there, which I've kind of blurred out because I've got a good thumbnail for that VSL as well. But my landing page design has gotten a lot better since then. That's not bad, but like this is nicer. I've got the gradient going and everything. So this is how I've increased my price from $600 to $3,000. Starting off here, I increased my price by specializing, by just raising the price, getting good results, and improving the product, and just keep raising the price. And right now, it's still kind of undervalued. So if you are just trying to figure out how you can raise your price, then I would recommend looking at the the variables of the value equation, identifying what the most important thing is for your business, for your industry, and identifying which of these things really needs improving for your business. Is your result something that people actually want? Do people actually want it? Do they feel like it's actually going to work? Right? Does it take a lot of time, delay, effort, and sacrifice on their part? Right? Is the juice worth the squeeze for them? See if you can make things, you can generate better results. You can make it more likely to happen. You require less time. It happens quicker, less effort from them. They don't have to sacrifice the things that they like for it anymore. And then you should be able to increase your price. And if you still can't increase your price, then you're probably just a commodity and you're just offering like a commoditized service. So that's how I did it. Thanks for watching.